Now, I know a lot of people out there who are feeling discouraged about life and their everyday struggles, and sometimes like you have nobody to lean on. I'm sure all you have heard millions of times that all you need is God and Jesus Christ in your life, and everything will be okay. So I'm sure when you hear that, you're like, yeah, right, I've heard enough of this religious crap. And I know how you feel, believe me, because I understand what it's like to be preached to, with people telling you how sinful you are and how discouraging they can be sometimes. But you can't let that deter you from what truly is an amazing, remarkable thing, and that's having faith in God. Having faith in God is essential to living a long, a healthy, and most importantly, a healthy life. Obviously, most of the people who dismiss religion is because of the way it's been presented to them. People don't like to be talked to in Bible thumping terms, which is why I'm going to start off talking in secular reasoning. For one, scientific studies over the past few decades have proven that having religion actually is beneficial to you in life. Studies have shown that the practice of religious activity improves health and increases longevity. That's a quote from Richard Dean. There could be many explanations to how this is possible, even if it's a legitimate study. But if you see people who talk about God and the expressions they have along with the lifestyle they lead, it would take a cynical person to not connect the two dots. When you take away the worries of a person, you see that they're naturally healthier, and because stress levels are down and they're more relaxed. That's why in Christianity, Jesus is willing to take all of our burdens off of us so we can refresh and move on without worries. Less stress equals longer life, plain and simple. Dr. Nielsen, in his article Religion and Happiness, explained the correlation between being happy and having religion. He explained this in 3 points. One was that people have social support. Like when you go to church, you are surrounded by a community of people who love God and want to be there for those around them because that's how Jesus would do it. The second reason was that you have to have firm belief. They have firm belief, meaning that happiness and satisfaction comes from knowing where we are and where we're going and what's most important in life. And his third point is religion itself, with that feeling of having a relationship with God, which you would normally think is a positive thing. So naturally, positive things means happy, therefore a happier life. Now, to be more biblically potent, we see that the principles found in the Bible are what help lead a better life. What is first needed to be understood is how powerful God is. What leads people to wanting to dismiss Him is because of how intangible He really is, and people don't like to believe in what they can't grasp. But did you ever think that for that very reason, for how incredibly mysterious the concept of a God is what makes it so true? So I would argue that being agnostic is probably due to people being afraid of such a big concept. So instead of embracing it and trying to understand it, they turn an eye to it. And biblically speaking, the Bible is a great foundation as to what follows to live a good life. Of course, many people know about the Ten Commandments from the Bible: "Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not lie," etc. However, what is most amazing about the Bible are the stories that show many of the concepts being put into action. Without getting too specific, main principles we find throughout the Bible correlate to doing what is right, no matter what, or loving others as you would love yourself, and doing to others what you would have done to you. Therefore, there are such a stories such as Job, showing that no matter what you go through, how much you endure, that if you stay faithful to God, you will be rewarded somehow in your life. Job lost everything that he had, including his family. But instead of condemning and blaming God, he continued to praise him. So Job was blessed with even more wealth and more children, and he lived to be 140 years old. The story speaks for itself. With a strong faith, you would be blessed as well. Now, to be personal, I can't say I grew up in a Christian home, even though we're Christian in name. The only fact that we believed in God and that Jesus died for us, but that was basically the extent of our religion. When I was younger, we went to church a lot, but as my parents' jobs got more hectic, we started moving more frequently. We suddenly just stopped going to church. There was obvious dissension in my family. We had many incidents that went awry, and you could tell we didn't have any sense of stability as a family, and that continues to this day. My aunt is one of the strongest Christians I know. She praises God after every sentence for the most part, literally. She has been through a lot in her lifetime. Her husband was killed, one of her children, and my cousin was killed in a hit and run. And now, to top it off, she deals with cancer. Despite everything, she still continues to worship God every second she gets. Whenever I talk to her on the phone, she wants to pray for me, and she prays for at least 10 minutes every time. It's so obvious to see the passion she has for God, and that no matter what happens, she gives Him the glory. That's something I envy, and something I want to strive for. That the relationship you can get to, no matter what the circumstances are coming on top. Being here at Liberty, you see the joy that fills up when you're in convocation or in church. Something you feel and you can't help but be moved. Faith plays an important role in who these people are. Just because they're Christian doesn't mean life gets going to be perfect. You'll face the same struggles as anybody else. The difference is having faith in God to help you get through your hardships and turn your weakness into strength. Now, having faith can lead to a healthy, happy, and long life, but there's so much more that goes into it. Maybe this speech won't inspire you to convert your faith, but hopefully it can get you to open your eyes to not just be to to open your hearts, to take a deeper look at Christianity and what's true about it from your own experience. Go to church, check out the atmosphere, and listen to the words being spoken and the message delivered, and look at the Bible, skim through it, and see what sticks out at you, and talk to someone who's been strong in their faith to help you see different aspects of your life, of the faith. Open your hearts, and love will come in. All it takes is one chance, one word, and one phrase that could drastically change your life. Thank you.